You're listening to the Seen and Solved podcast brought to you by Hubbard-Hall. Better results, less chemistry.
So welcome to this edition of Seen and Solved. I'm your host, Tim Pennington, and today we're going to be joined by Customer Experience Manager Jodie Menze from Hubbard-Hall. Hello, Jodie. How are you today?
Hi, Tim. Thank you for having me. I'm doing very well today. Thank you.
Great.
How are you doing?
Wonderful. Like I said, we just had a conversation. I'm in Cincinnati. You grew up in Cincinnati. We do let a few people out to go to other parts of the country. But you got to come back. But doing very, very well. And you're in Hubbard-Hall's headquarters, correct?
Yes. I'm here in the Waterbury facility.
Waterbury, great, wonderful. So today we're going to be talking about transformation and development of Hubbard-Hall's customer experience team. So first of all, let me ask, what is the customer experience team? Explain to me what it does, how big it is, what type of things you all do on a daily basis.
Okay, so the customer experience team consists of about 6 people currently across 3-4 locations. We've got Michigan, Mass, South Carolina, and then here in Connecticut. And, our day-to-day tasks are very transactional. So we're entering a lot of orders, providing information on orders to customers. We're, putting customers in contact with the right people within our organization if they need technical help with something. And, we take very seriously our speed of response and being able to deliver or respond to the customer very promptly. So, a lot of what we do, especially prior to the, transformation, the beginning of the transformation was very transactional, focused on just order entry and kind of teaming people up with the right people within our organization to help solve their problems.
Right. Well, but then let me ask you, you're saying you're transforming it. So I guess you all saw and got feedback from customers and everybody on how to make it better. What was the big push? What was it that customers were needing that you all saw you all could much better at? What was it that needed to be transformed?
Well, what's really kind of the catalyst behind the transformation is the changing of what customers expect from their suppliers or from wherever they're consuming something from. So, nowadays, to provide customer service isn't enough. Customers now expect there to be an experience with their transactions or their interactions with a company. And, we found that through some research that, customers' experience with any supplier or any type of, provider impacts the experience that they have on all the others as well. So it's very important to look at the experience from that customers are receiving from any of the suppliers or, even in their day-to-day consuming to, tailor and change the way that we are interacting with our customers. So, the main catalyst would be that's what customers actually are starting to expect is more than just a one-off transactional service with a company. They expect a lot more.
Right. And I think in summation, to be as painless as possible to get the things that they want and to get information. That's got to be key, because I know sometimes I wonder where customer service went these days, but sometimes it is more painful and with that. So
correct.
Let's talk about you. Tell me about yourself, where you're from, how you came to be working there doing customer service at the Hubbard-Hall.
All right. So, I have a background in manufacturing. When I finished my degree there at the University of Cincinnati, I was thrown right into industrial engineering for a company there. And with that, we led a lot of continuous improvement efforts where it was a big initiative to train all of the employees on Toyota production system and get them kind of understanding of lean principles, and then implement that into our day-to-day processes. So I had a strong, experience in industrial engineering, training all the people on some lean principles within that organization. And it led me into a manufacturing production role where, we were responsible for the day-to-day quotas and safety issue, making sure that we were doing our work safely, meeting our, daily quotas. And really the reason why I got into that was more of, I had a strong need to help the people that were, kind of assembling basically. And I did that for, good 5 or 6 years, and then was asked to go into the customer service role with, my understanding of how the operations flowed through the organization, and wanting to kind of, again, bring that experience to the customers and be more than just transactional. And so the company that I was with, I was doing the customer service role, customer service manager role for them for, a good 4 years. So then, when I moved to Connecticut, I was Hubbard-Hall had this amazing opportunity to, kind of lead the customer service team here, and gave me a great opportunity to get in the work and do the transactional day-to-day tasks with everybody, which I feel really helps create that camaraderie and respect from my peers. And so about, I'd say 8 or 9 months into my role here, I was asked to come up with a vision for the team that would be best to service the customers. And that's kind of like why we're here talking about that transformative vision that I created about a year ago.
Gotcha. So I guess at one time you were the customer, right? At certain points, and you know how it feels, right? To get on the phone to talk to somebody, whether you're buying a product or you're needing advice on something. And I'm sure you've had good experiences, bad experiences, but you all take, and you're, and try to say you want to limit the bad ones and emphasize the good ones. But I guess that experience has really helped you, being on that side of manufacturing, maybe possibly in your current role now, would you say?
Yes. So with my background in manufacturing, I think that really helps me kind of connect with our customers, because the customers know that they have somebody who has some basic understanding of a manufacturing process and the challenges that they're going to face. And if they have me as, the customer experience manager who takes it very seriously, every interaction that they have with the customer, and I can understand their process, then, that I feel like helps me create a connection with them and makes them realize that, I can empathize with them and they have somebody that cares about them. And Hubbard-Hall is all about the partnership and the relationship that we have with our customers. We look at our customers as long-term partners and not just one-off transactions. And that's also kind of the catalyst of why we, it just made sense to have this transformative, message of creating an experience for the customer. Right.
I often use Apple computers as an example when I talk about customer service. I mean, most of the time when I'm interfacing with them, it's not something's wrong with my phone or my computer or my laptop or something. And of course, you want to get that fixed, right? You want to get it resolved. And I tell people, I don't think I've ever met a company that really makes you feel good about a problem, so to speak. We're here to help. We're going to fix this. And I guess that's kind of what you're talking about a little bit, from my understand, is that making them understand that, your team does understand what these customers are going through. I'm sure they all want it fast. They all want it. They may not have all the great information to tell you to pinpoint what they need or the problem, but part of that is making them sound like they're being heard, and that you have an interest in helping them, correct? And that seems to be the big thing, is you're just not taking the call. You're there. What do you need? How can I help you? Those type of things, correct?
Correct. Yes. And like I said before, so when I came in as the customer service manager, I was observing a lot of, what was going on to the day-to-day. And we have a lot of transactions in order to accomplish, just getting a customer's order entered, or, just interacting with our customers requires a lot of transactions. And, part of our, I'd say, culture and our goal, what drives us, is to be, our customer's best supplier. And in order to do that, we feel like being responsive, prompt, on-time delivery, reliable, high quality materials, those all are very important, to us. And prior, the customer service team, now customer experience team, rebranded, was very focused on those, those things, being transactional, being quick, having a response to the customer very, very fast. And not that that is a bad thing. Obviously, that's a good thing. But the part that was missing was that these are our partners. We need to build relationships with them so that they understand that we are here for them and that their success is our success. So in order to do that, we have to eliminate the number of transactions we do. We have to increase the time that we have to spend building those relationships. And so, now we can go into we're going into the future, and every interaction with a customer thinking, how can we build on this relationship and make them know that this is important to us, that this is a partnership, not just me processing an order for them or getting them in contact with the right person.
Right.
So, so now we focus on the opportunities and the relationships that we can build with our customers.
Right. Well, something you just said, and I'm sure it happens a lot, where people who are calling to place orders or to do whatever will sometimes, I guess, throw you all a curve and ask a technical question, right? And so, like you said, instead of telling them, well, you need to call, just sending them on their way, of like you said, of helping them get to the right person who will answer that question. And that takes a lot of training and stick-to-itiveness to be able to do that, because some people are just prone to say, I don't know, or I don't know the answer to that. How many bottles would you like? That's about it. But again, it is going above and beyond to making sure that they've got another question that's outside your realm, but get them to somebody who can really truly help them in that.
Yeah, and currently, we're doing transactions like you said, taking and pairing the customer up with our expert internally. But we want to be able to help the customer, like you said, painless, effortless. So when we eliminate these transactional processes, that frees up our time to learn, so that we can actually also provide that expertise in some form or fashion, whether it's through communicating using digital tools to enhance how we can respond to customers and having those answers at our fingertips so that we can respond to them right away, or just understanding our products a little bit better and being able to provide the VOC information that a customer might need without having to pass them on to somebody else. Because again, an experience, the customer doesn't want to be tossed to 3 or 4 different people. They want that person that they called to be able to answer their question so that they don't have to be, go on to someone else.
Right. You said you're several months into this. What's your vision for the customer experience team, and how do you think customers will begin to notice that of what you all want this to become?
Well, what we want to do is we want to, to achieve our transformation. And of course, it's going to constantly be evolving. But the first thing we needed to do was we're hiring new talent, bringing in people that have more relationship building skills, that know that, that we're focusing on the relationship part of it and not the transactional part of it, that can bring improvements to the transactional side of things. We're, automating as much as we can when it comes to the transactional stuff, utilizing any digital tools that we can. So right now we have multiple channels of communication for a customer. So we have chat on our website where customers can come in and ask us questions and get in contact with us on their time right away by sitting at their computer, not having to pick up a phone. We also have, making enhancements to our on-demand customer dashboard where customers can come in and place orders, check their accounts, get invoices, check on tracking, and have that kind of at their fingertips. And, that's 24/7. You don't have to be, we're working, certain hours, and say, one of our customers is working a little later and they still need information. They can get that right away. Hubbard-Hall's been in business for over 170 years. They're committed to evolving, and we want to provide the digital tools that our customers are going to need, that we feel is crucial to the success of their business.
Right. Well, you kind of you want to talk to them on, if they want to text you, if they want to call you, if they want to email you. I see a lot of these people that they'll pick up the phone out of their pocket, and if they they'll either make a phone call, send an email, but you got to be wherever they're going to be able to want to touch you and contact you, right? You've got to be at all of those places. So what's next for you all? I mean, we hear a lot of things about technology. It's changing continually, but also, but as far as your goals and objectives with customer experience. So what do you think's next? What's over the next couple of years you think you'll be implementing with that?
Well, we're going to continue our journey. We're going to put a lot of resources towards our continuous education for our customer experience specialists, get them the latest and greatest training within the industry for customer experience. Connect with our customers one-on-one, and also via surveys, and find out what it is. We want to gain insight from them, what it is that they foresee needing from us in the future. And we want to predict what they need, because, we don't know what we don't need until it's given to us and we go, oh my gosh, this solves a problem and we didn't realize we needed it. So we want to get ahead of that, and we want to be providing the tools that our customers need before they realize that they need it. We're doing a lot of enhancements on our on-demand portal, where customers can use as a dashboard to help them with their ordering and any account information. Hopefully provide in the future analytics to them that help them with their buying decisions, cutting cost, and also maybe even their environmental impact, what they're doing. Another thing that we are constantly, our goal is to create an omni-channel experience for our customers, and that can also position Hubbard-Hall as a digital leader in the metal finishing industry. And in order for us to do that, we need to stay ahead of what's happening. We don't want to be, we want to be the leaders in the digital tools that are out there for customers in that metal finishing industry. So we're always looking ahead at how can we implement some of the newer technologies and newer digital tools into our current offerings that's going to provide, help customers and provide them an effortless experience with Hubbard-Hall. So, with that, we're looking at AI. How can we use AI to provide better solutions to our customers? Implementing the digital tools like easier forms, credit card, collection information, being able to talk to them through like the WhatsApp, hopefully. Like you said, however the customers are coming to us, we want to be able to respond to them in that way.
Right. Yeah. It's very important. Like you said, I know a lot of people probably, if they're like me, whenever they're calling something, they're calling it, the last minute. They need something that's fast, and for them, it's very important. And like you said, it's to be able to get the information and get whatever that they need back to them is the key. Because I know a lot of these people are business owners, and it's very tough to run a business, and sometimes like I said, they're not always calling to give you all enough lead time to get products and materials to them. That's usually last minute thing. So it's always good to have a good ear on the other side to really help them get through all of that. So, and again,
Absolutely.
like you mentioned with technology, 2 or 3 years you may be dealing with something that hasn't been invented yet. So it's always good to stay up on it. But well, great. Well, listen, thank you very much, Jodie. Appreciate it. I'm sure anybody watching, probably the next time they call Hubbard-Hall, you'll be on the phone with them or somebody like that.
Absolutely. I'm available.
There you go. All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Tim. Have a great day.
The Scene in South podcast is brought to you by Hubbard-Hall. For more podcasts, visit hubbardhall.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to like and subscribe, rate and review, and join us on social media. Produced by Allcast.